ho, ho, you hoes. Welcome in to the Good Kraken podcast. Episode 176, excuse me, specifically, my friends. I am one of your hosts today, Ernell Pearson, alongside the inevitable one, Devin Stanford. What's happening, baby?
Yes, of course.
Yes, of course. How's your first week, official week of Krakmas going, Devin?
Dude, it's going great, actually. You know, got lined up some things, got some things going on,
Okay.
Making moves. I'm getting into the Jolly Holly spirit, started watching some Christmas movies,
Yeah, G, stay silent like lasagna. I see you. I see where you're going with your dog. Okay, all right. I like it, my good sir. Are you what are you doing in celebration for Krakmas season officially, my friend?
I'm making hot cocoa with peppermint schnapps, marshmallows, and whipped cream.
Peppermint schnapps, very little Nicky of you. I like it.
Yeah, man. Get in the flask. Get in the flask, Adrian. Dude, honestly, I'm just enjoying myself. I'm gonna go Christmas shopping today with one of my friends. We're gonna go pick out some gifts for some people and have a good time. Probably drink some peppermint mochas or something. I don't know. Okay. Christmassy things. My family is gonna be throwing a big holiday party the day before Christmas Eve. So they're recognizing that people want to be with their families this year, which I was like, Mom, that's smart. That's smart.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought?
I know.
Would have thunk it.
Right? Who would have thunk so that's going to be really fun, actually. That's going to be a great time. So I'm looking forward to that. And honestly, I'm just, just taking it all in this year. No crazy huge plans, but just embracing it,
Man, I'd be taking it for Christmas as well, my friend. It's all right.
Yeah, you are. Soft bottom.
We all okay, no. That's wrong. That's incorrect. We also have the queen of bitchin' herself, Genesee Gabrielle, GK mom. What's happening, baby?
Hi.
Hey, how are you? How's your Krakmas season going?
My Krakmas season is going well. We're traveling for Christmas this year, which is really exciting. I often travel home to California, but we're going for Krakmas.
Yes, okay, yes, of course. Sorry. I couldn't get the translation there. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. We're going to the East Coast to be with Naomi's family for Christmas this
Washington,
year.
Washington, D.C., right?
We're going to D.C. Yeah, we're going to Virginia. We're going to Maryland. We're going to D.C. I'm really excited. I've really only been to New York on the East Coast, so very, very stoked.
Okay, I like it. Have you been to, you haven't been to D.C. yet? Have you been?
I have not been to D.C. yet.
You haven't been anywhere else on the East Coast besides just New York?
No, I mean, I've flown into Jersey. I've been to Florida, but that's not the East Coast. It's just it's technically on the East Coast.
Florida's its own thing.
Yeah, Florida's a hellscape.
Florida's its own thing.
It just exists there, dude. So what does Washington, D.C. food look like?
Food?
Yeah. Because obviously we know New York food, we got the New York slice, pizza, got a New York glizzy,
ice cream.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
don't know.
You should hit up Xander because Xander lives over there. You should hit him up. And
he lives in Massachusetts.
Yeah, but
he's a bit north.
He can get there in a day. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If I may add on, what was it? Was it Rhode Island? Surprisingly, has amazing diner food.
Yes, they
out
do.
there.
Yes, they do.
They have amazing diner food. Actually, I need to look up the name of this diner. I have some photos and stuff, but I went to this diner and I sat down as it's a diner that only tons of famous people go to all the time. And I sat down and they put little plaques at each seat, who sat here. And I just so happened to sit right where Guy Fieri sat. So I asked them, I was like, what did he get? And they're like, oh, he got the fried chicken with the waffle fries and a cup of chili. And I was like, I want that.
I used to date someone who knew Guy Fieri.
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
I used to date someone who knew Guy Fieri.
You're one person departed from Guy Fieri. You're one person departed.
Awesome.
So his mom actually tutored Guy Fieri's son. So like they knew Guy Fieri. Like they knew his son's
wow.
Like
you
learning
used to
style.
date someone who lived in Flavortown? That's fucking wild.
He was from, I wouldn't call it Flavortown. He was from, what is it, Reading?
Flavortown.
Not Reading. Not
California?
Reading. Not Reading. It's California. Oh my God, what the fuck is it? Santa Rosa. No, I don't know.
Santa Rosa, Santa Carlita.
I think it's Santa Rosa.
Okay.
Santa Monica. Santa.
It's not.
There's a lot of
Claus,
Santa Cruz.
Yeah.
Look, I used to live down there too.
I think it's Santa Rosa. I think they lived in Santa Rosa. I don't know.
There's like 12 different cities that start with Santa.
Saint Rose,
literally,
Saint Monica,
California's
Saint
a
Claus,
mess. But
Saint Shrimp,
Saint Claus,
Saint Claus, Saint Angels.
To answer your question though, Ernell, I don't know what kind of food they have in DC. Like, I don't know what they're known for. I actually haven't like put a lot of. We haven't done a whole lot of planning. Like, we have a thing booked to go to the White House, and we're gonna go to some museums, obviously. And Williamsburg is really well known for its Christmas stuff. Like, they have a whole like Christmas festival. Like the town transforms into a Hallmark movie. So we're just gonna go around and like live in a Christmas Hallmark movie for a few days. I'm really excited. But I actually do have a few bookstores that I want to go to.
Of course you do. Of course you do. Well, you know, I
don't know what I'll eat. But I'll see some books.
It's a bummer that you haven't got a chance to experience some good old Washington D.C. food. But speaking of inexperience, we also have Twitch.tv's the man, the myth, the legend, DJ DJ, how you doing, Doug? Have you had
the most? That was like the hottest burn I think I've heard on this podcast.
Have you had Washington D.C.
Good thing I was not listening.
I'm really glad you weren't too. It was kind of mean.
Oh, I love it. DJ, how's your Krakmas season going?
It's going good. I'm here. I'm chilling. After this podcast, I'm gonna go vote and then do some other things.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, use that Constitution.
We just did that last month. We just did that last month.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, there's another thing.
And we won
here in Louisiana.
We won barely.
There's another thing in Louisiana?
Yeah. So like we had the election in like late October for like seats in the fucking legislature, like whatever.
House of Representatives?
Yeah, some shit like that. And then this election is just for, I believe, either I think it's either for governor or for there's also some other like amendments to the Constitution. Or not Louisiana Constitution. It's some shit like that.
It's the season for governor, so that would make sense. And we just elected Tina Kotick here in Oregon. Thank God for that. Thank fucking God for that.
No more Kate Brown.
Yeah, no, Jesus Christ, man, what a mess. What a mess, man. I mean, like she wasn't crazy bad, but it was definitely like we needed something to fucking change. We needed something to fucking change.
Yeah, we did.
Well, here's the hoping y'all get a nice Creole representative over there down south.
I cheers my coffee to you for that.
Usually not a good.
No. It's not a good place when there's election season going
usually
around.
Not a good thing.
I know. God damn it, man. Unfortunately. Well, we do have some good news for you guys at home. All sorts of wonderful content here. Because today we're talking Microsoft's Monopoly Money, the Game Awards 2022 rundown, the best shows of the year, and much, much more. Because this is the Good Kraken Podcast, your choice for all the nerdy video game and pop media news, reviews, and discussions that you want to hear live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. and Saturday at 12 p.m. If you're riding this wave, you can head on over to our Discord channel where you can submit questions and topics to the show, get exclusive content, and soon have early access to episodes before they go live on podcasts and video services across the digital sea.
Yeah.
Ho, ho, What was that noise? But if you've emptied your pockets for the latest and greatest in entertainment, that is totally fine. You can watch us record the show live right here at twitch.tv/Good Kraken Show. If you have Amazon Prime, though, you also have Twitch Prime. And we would love for you to give that to us to help keep us pushing content out for all of you listening or watching at home. Josh and chat, shout out you guys and the NPC kid during the Elden Ring Bill Clinton Award. Goddamn, shout out to him. Except not, fuck that little kid. But fuck, you can also support us by going to our YouTube channel, by clicking that beautiful bell and big red button, or by subscribing to our podcast channel by searching
beautiful bill
Good Kraken and leaving a review there.
Do you guys see the little plushie Ernell has right now? What do you got going on here?
So on that thing for a while.
This is one of me and Marilyn's sons. This is Chris, which is short for Chris Station. He is our beautiful boy. And then we also have Justin.
Chris Station.
This is our first son, Justin.
Wait, what is that? What is that?
My son.
But Ernell,
he was crafted
what
from.
Is that?
He was crafted from the bosom of a cardboard box, and we saw Justin's face and said, "Wow, he looks like he needs a loving family." And we were like, "We'll take him. We'll take him for sure." Except now
he looks indifferent about it.
I'm realizing that his nose is the Spanish word for the color black. Which I might need to like scratch that out or something like that. Which is Justin, come on, man, get it together.
Well, in Spanish, it is pronounced different.
It is pronounced different. Thank God for that. But Justin is unfortunately an Islander / white person, so he cannot say that word. So let's just be very clear. But yes, Chris is joining me for today. I've been getting used to kind of like holding him in my arm everywhere around the house, so like it was out of habit. I was like, oh, kind boy needs some love, so I gotta make sure he's nice and taken care of here today. Guys, let's talk shop here. Devin, my friend, what do we have first for the folks at home?
Guys, we actually have some captain's orders.
Oh, we do, my friend. Thank you. Devin! We have some captain's orders, guys. So firstly, it's Krakmas season, baby. Twitch subscribers get to be a part of our Krakmas season by writing in to the Shipwreck Show via our Discord channel. So if you are a Twitch subscriber and you are part of our Discord, we have a little channel in there called the Shipwreck Submissions section, where you can go in and you can write in questions to the Shipwreck Show for us to answer live on the show as we are recording for you guys. And because it's Krakmas season, the heart of Krakmas season, we would love for you guys to go in there and give us all of your juicy Christmas questions that you want us to answer. Okay, do you want us to talk about our favorite Christmas presents? You want to talk about what our Christmas with our families look like? You want us to talk about the nice Christmas present that I got one year that was literally one sock? One sock. It wasn't even a pair of socks. It was one sock. One sock.
One just
you don't mix and match your socks,
fucking mom. God
just
damn it.
One sock.
Or the time that I was like 16 years old and I asked for an electric guitar and my mom was like, "No, I'm not getting an electric guitar." So when I turned 17, and for my birthday, she got me a birthday card that was an electric guitar, and she thought it was the funniest fucking thing on the planet to get me a fake electric guitar and not an actual one.
Childhood trauma.
She laughed really, really hard at that. She thought she was the funniest.
That's not the only thing she laughed really hard at.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, no, she never laughs at anything. I have to fucking say so.
Unless she's making fun of you.
Yeah, no, 100%. It's okay, Chris.
Your mom's sweet, though. She is.
Grandma will come around soon. It's okay, Chris.
Grandma will come around.
She'll come around soon. It's okay. Secondly, though, we're taking a week off at the end of this month for us to go hang out with our families and enjoy our Krakmas season to the fullest extent. However, we will still be working hard for you because we got some fun stuff that we're going to be announcing at the beginning of the year next year. It's going to be so dope, and we hope you guys are here for it. We'll also be here kind of like in our Discord and stuff like that. We'll be playing video games, we'll be watching movies, stuff like that, but we have a very, very fun week leading up to our Krakmas break. The week before Christmas, we will be doing all sorts of good old Krakmas content for you guys. We can't wait to announce all that for y'all at home. So in the meantime, Devin, my friend, tell the people what we actually have next, my friend.
Well, my friends.
Okay. All right.
In the modern age.
Oh, boy.
We don't wear these anymore, really.
Nope, sure don't.
Instead, we put on our ski hats.
Oh, no.
And our dad hats.
A toque if you're north of the border.
Oh, no.
Yeah. And it's time to go into the helm, my friends, because we got some news for you.
Okay, well, Devin, go ahead and take our first story, good sir.
Guys, this is some crazy news going on. Like literally, like we all kind of knew this was like maybe gonna happen, but at the same time, it's like it seems very hypocritical in a lot of ways. But guys, the FTC is suing to block Microsoft's Activision Blizzard acquisition. This is coming from Taylor Lyles and Matt Kim over at IGN. The Federal Trade Commission, the FTC, has announced that it will seek to block Microsoft from acquiring Activision Blizzard. In a press release, the agency says that Xbox would gain, quote, control of top video game franchises, and therefore, quote, harm competition in high-performance gaming consoles and subscription services by denying or regarding rivals access to its popular content, end quote. Really funny how the other rivals have already been doing that, making private deals for the last decade.
We'll get into it.
The FTC has pointed to Microsoft's record of acquiring gaming content, quote, to suppress competition from rival consoles, including its acquisition of ZeniMax, parent company of Bethesda Software, end quote. The FTC cites games like Starfield and Redfall, which will be Xbox exclusives. As examples of the company withholding games from rival consoles, Microsoft announced plans to acquire Activision Blizzard in January 2022 for almost $69 billion. The move would bring the company's library of franchises like Call of Duty and Warcraft into the Xbox fold and countless developers into the Xbox first-party studios family. The planned acquisition has been met with fierce opposition from Sony, Xbox's console competitor, who has encouraged investigation into the planned deal. Microsoft has tried to appease Sony by promising Call of Duty will remain available on PlayStation platforms, and recently announced its plans to extend the franchise onto the Nintendo Switch and keep the title on Steam. It's unclear what the lawsuit will mean for the acquisition, though following the announcement, Microsoft Vice Chair and President Brad Smith tweeted that the company will, quote, continue to believe that its deal to acquire Activision Blizzard will expand competition and create more opportunities for gamers and game developers, end quote. In a separate tweet, Smith said that the company has been committed since day one to addressing competition concerns. Quote, this sounds alarming, so I want to reinforce my confidence that this deal will close, said Activision CEO Bobby Kotick, fuck that guy, told employees in an internal memo acquired by Axios. Quote, we believe these arguments will win despite a regulatory environment focused on ideology and misconceptions about the tech industry, end quote. Now, if I may, guys, if I may, real quick.
If he mays.
If I may.
Billy Mays.
Billy Mays. I'm just about to make that.
If I
may, guys. I think it's really funny that this is coming from a company that has been applauded for having its own first-party content and exclusive content. And now that they are and they have literally gone after Microsoft saying that they don't have exclusive content. And now when a company is like, okay, yeah, we're going to have exclusive content. We're going to make these deals with these developers and these studios now, just like how you have been doing with third-party studios or even poaching studios from said Microsoft, right? They're not harmed anyway. They are still at the top, right? They're still at the top. They're still, making games that get countless awards, right? Sony is. But now, since Xbox is about to have some exclusive games, especially IPs that weren't even on the console originally, like what has been stated, Starfield and Redfall. These are brand new IPs that have been created for that platform, right? Which are also going to be on PC day one too, which has already been announced.
Yes.
The hypocrisy is so real here, man. Dave, especially when Microsoft has already stated that huge IPs like Call of Duty are still going to remain a multi-platform.
Here's the deal, though, is that this is light years different than just PlayStation having exclusive IPs. This is light years different. Like we're talking Crash Bandicoot, Call of Duty, like Overwatch, like we're talking Diablo, like we're talking like almost every single massive like AAA title that we've gotten that has been a continued franchise for so long that Microsoft would be getting as exclusive titles to the Xbox atmosphere, right? Not atmosphere, the Xbox console itself. And it is an interesting position for the FTC to kind of like come in and say like, yo, that might be too much. Because like Activision Blizzard as a sole entity has been responsible for giving us game after game after game after game after game that we have loved over the past like 2 decades, right? And it's like, what's to say that like Microsoft owning this development company as a big snatch? Because we even said like this is huge for them. We had that conversation. Like, this is fucking massive acquisition that they're making here. Is it almost too massive? And that's kind of the question that the FTC is wanting to ask. Is this too much? DJ, go ahead.
Yeah, I was thinking about this while Devin was reading it. I mean, you're looking at if Activision and Blizzard never came together.
This piece of good Kraken content.
Fuck that out, my bad. Continue, DJ.
If Activision and Blizzard never came together, like if this is before that you know, that joining,
that merger,
like if Microsoft just picked up Blizzard or just Activision, this would be a different conversation. But the fact that it's Activision Blizzard, which has Destiny 2, I mean Destiny 2 is already
they don't.
No,
Bungie is now
that's Bungie.
Bungie has separated from Activision, and they actually went into a partnership with PlayStation.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right, never mind then.
But there's other examples though. Yeah.
Like these are huge titles that are still going on today that we all as gamers love to play. It's tough because like I can kind of see where both sides here, like it might be too much, but then again, like I feel like, you know, as far as exclusivity, you know, we're seeing less and less in that nowadays in gaming, and exclusivity lends to competition, and we need competition within the gaming space, or else like we get the same shit, right? It just wouldn't work out.
I guess the big question here though is like, obviously as we were saying earlier, like yeah, you guys are 100% right? Like the exclusivity does breed competition. It forces companies to have to do what they can to make a better game than the other consoles exclusive, right? But is this punching down? Like is this like so much of a boatload of exclusivity that we're talking here that like it doesn't, because the reason the FTC is even doing this is because they're saying that like this might put Microsoft in a position where it's no longer just about competition. It is now about like companies are not going to be able to scrape away any form of competition when it comes to coming out with IPs and stuff. Like we're even looking at a situation here where like the PS5 could come out with another Ghost of Tsushima, another Spider-Man, another, you know, original IP like Wolverine that's going to be potentially an exclusive. I'm sure it will be.
It will.
And will those things be enough to have the PlayStation compete against Xbox? Will Nintendo have enough exclusive games to their content, their platform, in order for them to be able to compete in a space in which people are buying Xboxes out the wazoo because that's the only place to play Overwatch and Diablo and Call of Duty potentially? And like, and I say potentially because obviously they're trying to like talk about like, you know, bringing that to PlayStation still, but like there's still potential that they won't. And like there's a lot of conversation around that as far as like, is that gonna make the playing field uneven, right? So with that said, Devin, is there any inkling in your mind that like maybe it is too much?
I don't think so. And now here the reason why I don't think that because they have announced that yes, this is under the Microsoft umbrella, but they have also announced that, Activision Blizzard, Microsoft, and Bethesda are still going to operate as like three different companies that are partnered, right? So I think IPs like Overwatch, IPs like Warcraft, StarCraft, Diablo, Call of Duty, the big major ones, right? That's what we're talking about here. I think those are going to remain multi-platform. I don't think that's going away.
Okay.
I don't think that's going away. And I think that's going to be one of the things that throughout this court case, I think that's going to be one of the heavy emphasis there that's going to be coming from Microsoft in a promise. And it might even be a court-ordered thing that those IPs will have to stay multi-platform. The big difference that I think that's going to happen is instead of those IPs having, exclusive content tied to one said console, I think that's going to be on Microsoft's side now. Now, the biggest get out of this whole deal is actually for the consumer, not really Microsoft themselves, because what they plan on doing is they plan on putting this stuff on Game Pass, right? That's the biggest thing.
Right.
That and that's probably what they're scared of. Now, Nintendo's thing is about bringing retro games, right, into their subscription service. That's what they've been doing, with like retro consoles, the SNES, the N64. We're probably going to see some GameCube stuff, and we'll probably see some things circulating from the handhelds, like the Game Boys and DS and stuff like that. Sony has been trying to compete with Game Pass, and we can definitely say largely that it just hasn't been it.
Yeah, 100%.
Has not been it at all.
So I feel like that's going to be the biggest emphasis, is they're going to be talking about the subscription service as a whole and wanting to make sure that those IPs generally stay a multi-platform IP, which with the way that Microsoft has been kind of conducting themselves, I don't think that they would want to take that away from other people, because realistically, it's a company, right? This company wants to make revenue, right? They're going to make more revenue if these IPs are available on more platforms. And that's going to be the end goal, because realistically, they've kind of taken a stance for the last, I'd say, half a decade, especially when Phil Spencer has taken over, that they've been more consumer focused than they have been, more exclusively focused, right?
Sure.
And I think that's where it's gonna land, honestly.
Yeah. Okay. Genesaw, as my fellow business lady here, and as I am a proud business lady myself,
of course.
Do you more so as someone who is sort of a third person perspective in like the gaming industry, because you're not very much a person who's got a foot in the gaming industry yourself? Do you see any sort of problematic ordeal when it comes to the situation of talking about games having exclusive video game titles and what that means as far as competition in the market, where we live in a world where Xbox is directly competing against PlayStation and PlayStation is directly competing against Nintendo and Nintendo, so on and so forth, right? Do you see any sort of problematic situation here?
I do think very generally that when we're talking about a company of the size of Microsoft acquiring something like Blizzard, and I'm hesitant, and Activision Blizzard specifically, I'm hesitant because I do think, just generally speaking, that oligopolies are bad.
Okay,
and
sure.
That already is like a really big case in the gaming industry, from my understanding. Like I know that there are like smaller producers who do like indie stuff and all of that, but like when we're talking the big game producers and not just games but consoles and all of that stuff, that we're talking about an issue with Microsoft acquiring Activision Blizzard, it's already kind of a small, like limited playing ground. Right. The pool isn't very big to begin with. There are a lot of pretty large fish. And And so I do think that ultimately when we're talking about two large companies like that becoming one, I'm not really for it. I think that it ultimately, yeah, it might be great numbers wise for the big execs. It rarely benefits consumers, in my opinion. It really does stifle creativity. Then you have like the decision making that you would have loved happening over at Blizzard is now going under Microsoft. That the decision making is fundamentally going to change. Where the money aspect of it, like what they're spending money on, is going to change, not just in terms of Activision Blizzard, but also in terms of Microsoft, because now they're making those decisions as a unit, right? And yeah, I think from a consumer perspective, that ultimately isn't beneficial.
Jenna's spanking our asses a little bit. Devin, what's up?
If we remember, right before this acquisition started taking place, Blizzard was actually in a very bad downward spiral, not only just with the development process of their games, but also with sexual assault, harassment, the way that leadership was conducting.
I hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like it was bad. It was very bad. Like we had a case of suicide because of it.
Yeah.
You know, like rest in fucking power. Like Blizzard and Activision were in a really bad state, to the point where even their boards were actually looking to sell the companies.
So you mean that the aspect of maybe they do need that structure from Microsoft?
Yeah. I think that structure is actually saving those companies. And that doesn't mean anything like those companies can't split off in the future, because we know that that is a thing. Microsoft has been known to let companies leave in the past. They have done that.
Yeah.
You know, look at Bungie. They didn't want to be a part of the Microsoft umbrella anymore, so they let them part ways. You know?
Yeah. Well, I guess only time will tell, ladies and gentlemen. We will see how things go with the FTC and their potential lawsuit against Microsoft to stop this acquisition. But for us, the gamers, we're either the winners or the losers. And I guess we'll find out real quick which side we're actually on here. But in the meantime,
not the losers.
Speaking of winners, though, we have another story here. DJ, my friend, tell them what's popping.
Mike Flanagan might be the only person who can do a Dark Tower series right. This comes from Austin Goslin from Polygon. Stephen King's 7-book epic fantasy series, The Dark Tower, is slowly turning into one of Hollywood's white whales. There have been more than a few attempts at mounting the story as a series of films, TV shows, but none have gotten very far. And that includes the one that actually released a theatrical movie. Austin, please go back to journalism school. But it seems a new attempt, fronted by a horror auteur and former Netflix ace Mike Flanagan, might have the best shot so far at actually working. Mostly because Flanagan has been preparing for this moment for years. I'm so sorry. This is written so bad. It fucks with my brain. This guy definitely did not.
It's happened to me a few times.
Get it together.
It's more on the editor. It's more on the editor than it is the writer. Let's be real.
That's it. That's all I have to say. Like many previous attempts to get a Dark Tower series off the ground, this one would include a mix of TV and movies. As Flanagan says, his version would be 5 seasons of TV with 2 feature films to conclude the story. Flanagan's passion for the series is one thing, but what might be even more impressive is the specificity of his resume and how well it sets him up for the project. Flanagan started his career in film directing movies like Oculus, Hush, and Ouija, Origins of Evil. Before moving to television for a while, making shows like The Haunting of the Hill House and Midnight Mass, Flanagan is also a massive Stephen King fan and has already adapted some of his work into films. With a career this varied, it's like Flanagan was always making his way to the Dark Tower. Whether or not he designed his career that way on purpose, we know for a fact adapting the Dark Tower has always been Flanagan's aim. In the interview with Deadline, where Flanagan announces the project, he calls it his holy grail. And in a previous interview with IGN, he discussed how he would adapt the series, including trying to ground some of the more difficult and meta elements of the novels. while making Stanley Kubrick and Stephen King's stories work together in the director's cut for Doctor Sleep isn't exactly the same as adapting an epic fantasy series. This process of combining King's work and finding ways for his various characters and universes to fold into each other and match is one of the things that makes Dark Tower great. On top of that, Flanagan's penchant for complex character interactions and excellent dialogue should be perfect for writing the Catet's more intimate moments as the small band of adventurers travel across the worlds. Of course, none of this is to say Flanagan's Dark Tower project will definitely be great, or even that it will happen at all. But if anyone has a chance to pull through with this complicated amalgamation of movies and TV series and actually make it good, it's probably Mike Flanagan.
So, this probably won't take too long for us to discuss here because it's pretty cut and dry. I know that all of us here are pretty decent fans to some extent or another when it comes to The Haunting of Hill House, The Haunting of Bly Manor, Midnight Mass, some of the other prior work that has really blown up for Flanagan himself here. This comes off the tail of some really interesting news that we've gotten recently where, one, the Midnight Club, Flanagan's most recent work, has been canceled after the first season. But also, he has made the decision to no longer work with Netflix. He's instead working with Amazon to roll out his newest content. So this will be an Amazon production rather than a Netflix production. And it's going to be very, very interesting to kind of see how that turns out here. But Genesis, I want to go to you because you're like my secondary big like Flanagan lover here now that you kind of like fallen into the steps of like Bly Manor and like where that sort of like led things into. And you're also an avid reader like I am. Do you have any confidence that Flanagan can actually pull off a solid Dark Tower perspective here?
So I haven't read The Dark Tower, and I think I just might have to. I definitely think that if anyone can, it's Flanagan, to echo the sentiments of that article. Especially, I don't know if y'all watched, I don't know. I just feel like he's showing his range a bit lately. Like, obviously, The Haunting of Hill House, Bly Manor, those were all very similar, like standalone, like one season bangers.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Straight up bangers. Well, this year he had the show Midnight Club, which was different. It was still kind of eerie, like his previous works that he's done with Netflix, but it was it focused on a different age group. It focused on teenagers. It dealt with chronic illness leading to death, and it's gonna hopefully get another season. It is not a standalone project. So while these are, I feel like a little bit different than what we're talking about with The Dark Tower, I do feel like he's kind of experimenting a bit with like what his style is and what that can look like for different stories, to kind of venture off with what he was doing with Bly Manor and Hill House.
Okay, I like it.
So,
I like it.
yeah.
Now, here's the big question, guys, and the biggest question here at the table when it comes to this conversation is, has DJ watched any of Flanagan's work? Have you seen Hill House? Hill House? Have you seen Bly Manor? Have you seen Midnight Mass?
Okay. Before he answers that, I need you to know, DJ, I know that you're a scaredy cat. I know that you're a scaredy cat.
Okay, here we go. Here we fucking go.
I am also a scaredy cat. However, that is absolutely not a hindrance to watch Bly Manor. You have to watch Bly Manor. Like, yeah, you'll get a little spooked.
A little spooked.
But
Because
you'll mostly feel emotional and you'll be happy about it.
Same with Hill House too.
Yes, same with Hill House. Because here's the deal: they both start out.
I've seen none of this.
Spoopy.
I'm looking at
oh
his
my god,
IMDb
dude!
page.
Oh my fucking
I've seen
god!
none of it.
They both start out spoopy. They start out with this sort of like, god, like paranormal sort of experience there. But it hits an episode for each one of these shows. It hits an episode where it flips what that paranormal experience actually means. And it's no longer about that anymore.
Emotional as fuck.
And you, like, me and Genesaw and Devin have all cried to these shows. Like, these are fucking tearjerker, heartbreaking television experiences. If you have not watched Haunting of Hill House and Bly Manor, you need to. Devin, go.
Yeah, you got to watch them back to back too. You got to watch Hill House first, and then you have to watch Blind Manor. These are emotional experience. Yeah.
I personally would say just watch Blind Manor.
Okay.
I also do want to put emphasis. The writing in Midnight Mass is incredible. Like
that's a little bit more of a horror experience. Yes, like that one is like spoopy to the brim.
I haven't watched that yet.
Because that's
it
about
is incredible.
That's about some wild shit when it comes to
it
stuff.
is religious zealot stuff. It is some spooky stuff, and it is a different take compared to Hill House and Blind Manor.
Yeah.
And when I saw that, I was like, oh, these guys can do anything.
Yeah,
that's pretty much
for sure. Now, Midnight Club unfortunately does not hit the same way that the other shows do.
No,
it is a little bit more
of
a teen drama than it is like one of these other experiences, which comes to no surprise that the second season got canceled because of such, right? But you know, we will see that. Genesaw froze for a second. Oh, hi, you're back. You're back. Hello, Genesaw. But yes, I guess we will see where things go as far as this, in contrast to Dark Tower and that like big old flop that the last movie had. Because I mean, Idris Elba's good, but he's not good enough to carry a whole ass movie. So I guess we will see where things go from there. But in the meantime, we also have another good amount of good fucking wonderful news here, including everything that got announced at the Game Awards the other night, 2022. We roll this over to Adam Bankhurst over at IGN, who gives us a complete contrast of everything that got announced over at the Game Awards the other night. And I'm going to beat for beat go by these. If you guys want me to stop to talk about something really, really quickly, put your input in, just let me know. Okay, go ahead. We are starting at the bottom of the page, guys, because it's going to go in chronological order of the announcements here. Firstly, we got a gameplay trailer look of Horizon Call of the Mountain. That is the PSVR 2 Horizon announcement that we got there back on E3. And we got a closer look at what that's going to look like. And then we got a look at the new game mode for Among Us called Hide and Seek, in which one player gets to play as the villain and chases around everybody and tries to find them while they're hiding away. We got a closer look at Destiny 2's new expansion Lightfall that's coming out in February. That I know that me and Xander pre-ordered, and we're fucking excited for that shit.
Well, I'm close. I'm close there.
Get that Quicksilver.
Look, it's right around my birthday, so you know I'm just waiting to see if anybody wants to be really nice.
Boys, get that Quicksilver. You better pre-order because that gun fucking slaps. But next, we also got to look at the upcoming survival MMORPG for Dune. Awakening. Oh my god,
that is so good.
I still have not watched Dune.
Fucking yeah, you need to
go watch it.
See, this is why we were laughing. This is why we were laughing. Jesus Christ, man!
You have to watch Dune.
Yes, you did that. Hey, Garrick said the same thing.
Genesee knows the DJ effect is setting in.
Yes.
I'm really impressed, DJ. This is a bad situation.
It's a curse. It's definitely a curse. I just can't. I don't know how I've dodged all
next week.
Okay.
Next week, Anxious wants to see Chris. She wants to see Chris Station. There you go, Anxious. There you go. I love you. Next week, we have a look at Fire Emblem Engage, the DLC trailer. We got Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, the Raids announcement, which I need to fucking get on top of because we're playing the Raids ASAP. Goddamn. And then next, we got to look at Wild Hearts very, very quickly. That is a game that I know is highly anticipated here in GK. We are going to be playing the shit out of that. Oh my god, I'm so excited for that game.
Chinese Monster Hunter.
We got a very quick glimpse of a game called Colossal Cave where you play as a bunch of cavemen. We got a look at the new.
I did not see that.
I know it was very, very quick. Very, very fast. I do remember it briefly. But then we got to look at Valiant Hearts coming to mobile devices soon. And that is going to be very fun because Valiant Hearts is a very good story, narrative-driven game that you should play. And then we got a look at the Dead Cells Castlevania DLC crossover, where we will be getting the characters from Netflix's Castlevania show, the same character art and everything. And goddamn, that's going to be fucking good. But also, speaking of vampires, Vampire Survivors is now available on mobile. You can go play that. That is a very, very, very highly regarded game that people have been playing the shit out of the past month or so. Go play that. But then me and Devin got a moment to cry because we got a trailer of Replaced, the new indie game that is going to be side-scrolling, like 32-bit character art on top of 3D art that is looking stunning.
Yeah, perspective shifts. Dude, it looks
God,
so sick.
this game looks so fucking
I can't
good.
wait for that game.
Oh my God. Anyways, nextly, we got a look at a surreal platformer called After Us that looks very, very similar to like Journey. And I'm really excited to play this game. That one's going to be really, really fun.
You play like a pixie, like,
naked
blonde hair, blue-eyed,
pixie
like,
fairy
white
thing.
sprite.
Yeah, it was cute. It looked cute. It looked really, really cute. But then we got to look at the announcement for Blue Protocol finally coming to North America, courtesy of Amazon Games. That is a Bandai Namco announcement that will be publishing Blue Protocol when it's released outside of Japan out in 2023. Blue Protocol is an anime-inspired MMORPG that is described as an anime come to life that features 5 classes: Blade Warden, Twin Striker, Keen Strider, Spellweaver, and Foe Breaker. And those are the hardest fucking names for classes I think I've ever seen.
Wait. I already know that the GK camp is going to go in on that game.
Goddamn, are we, bot?
I'm living out my anime fantasy.
You'll
never mess with my friends.
I have the power of God and anime on my side.
This next announcement, though.
God damn, this next one. Gearbox announces Remnant 2 for 2023. And oh boy, does it fucking look beautiful. Gearbox Publishing and developer Gunfire Games have announced a brand new looter shooter in Remnant 2. This new game will be released on PS5, Xbox Series X, and PC in 2023. And will once again be a three-person cooperative shooter with deadly worlds, unique loot, and ghastly beasts. And oh fuck, did it look good.
Dude, our wallets are hurting already, and we're not even halfway through the list.
Holy shit, man. I know, seriously.
Dude.
And then we got to look at a single-player magic first-person shooter called Immortals of Avium being revealed here. Ascendant Studios announced Immortals of Avium, a single-player magic shooter that takes place in an original world. This title is also an EA original and comes from a group of devs that previously worked on Dead Space, Halo, and BioShock.
That's a big heavy hitters.
And that's when like Remnant 2 was sort of kicking off, and we were like, holy shit, video games look good next year. And then they had showed this shit, and we were like, holy fuck, video games look good next year, dude. But then we got this next one to confirm it. Banishers Ghosts of New Eden was announced. Focus Entertainment and Don't Nod, the creators of Life is Strange, have unveiled a new action RPG called Banishers Ghosts of New Eden. Starring a pair of ghost hunters, Banishers takes place in 1695 in the haunted wilds of North America and follows these two characters who are romantically involved as they work to stop the threat of lingering ghosts and specters to protect the living.
They're going back to their roots, man, with action RPG.
Yeah, dude, and Jesus Christ, that game like had me fucking sold, dude. My wallet, like you said, DJ, my wallet's fucking hurting, dog. But then we got
it's already empty.
Probably the best announcement of the
I did not expect
this.
Just
kidding, but they definitely put us through a plot twist. Transformers Reactivate is an online action game developed by Splash Damage. That's us. No, I'm just kidding. Splash Damage revealed that it is working on Transformers Reactivate, an online action game coming to PC and consoles. Reactivate will tell a new Transformers story and will let players, quote, fully immerse themselves in the universe like never before. And
it's a multiplayer game. It's I believe you get to just play as some of the Transformers and like duke it out with each other. I'm not sure, but that's what it sounded like in the other descriptions of the game.
Of this trailer looked like a Transformers game until the last 5 seconds.
Splash Damage.
God damn it,
It is
man.
a Splash Damage game.
But we also got the announcement that a Forspoken demo is now available on PlayStation Network, and I'm hearing it is buggy as shit. So maybe hang tight on that one. I guess there's a lot of controller lag. Like controller input lag. I like the way you hit the stick and it takes like 2 seconds for the camera to actually turn. It's a mess. But
That's bad.
We did get a look at Baldur's Gate 3 getting an official release window. After spending more than 2 years in early access, Baldur's Gate 3 has received a release window of August 2023. That's going to be so much fun. But then we got the no, that'll be at the end there. That'll be at the end. After a heated battle, Genshin Impact wins Player's Voice at the 2022 Game Awards. That was a big thing between Genshin Impact and fans of Sonic Frontiers just collapsing God of War Ragnarok and Stray.
Rob was a trending hashtag for Sonic Frontiers fans.
It was fucking nuts, dude. Fucking nuts.
It was crazy.
But also, Returnal is coming to PC, baby. Let's go. The PlayStation exclusive title Returnal will arrive on PC in early 2023, and it will join a ton of other PlayStation games that we have already made the jump to a new platform.
Not Ghost of Tsushima.
Damn, son, I know. Disappointing, man. Not even
I know.
Bloodborne.
I need that Ghost of Tsushima. I just want Ghost of Tsushima on PC. I want that.
Play that goddamn game, man. You gotta finish that up.
It.
The Last of Us Part 1 gets a PC release date also set for March. The Last of Us Part 1 will no longer be a PlayStation exclusive title on March 3rd, 2023, as it will finally arrive on PC. The port was supposed to arrive shortly after the PS5 launch in September, but the studio looks to be taking a bit more time to get it right. And I think that's more than likely because the show is going to be coming out around there, and we will see how that goes from there. But then we got to look at the wonderful Souls-like game, The Lords of the Fallen. First gameplay revealed for Souls-like Reboot. The first gameplay for The Lords of the Fallen has been revealed, and it shows a Souls-like that looks to be another challenging RPG set in a dark fantasy world. This new game is a reboot of sorts from 2016's Lords of the Fallen and takes place 1,000 years after the original in a world 5 times larger than its predecessor.
That sounds epic, man.
Holy
epic.
shit, this game looked fucking rad, dude.
Next
I was
one.
so here from this. But then we got a game with every cameo in the world that you never thought would ever happen. Crime Boss, Rock A City, announced with cast. And boy, we'll get there. Publisher 505 Games has unveiled Crime Boss Rock A City, and it features a star-studded cast that includes Michael Madsen, Chuck Norris, Danny Glover, Kim Basinger, Danny Trejo, and Vanilla Ice, including many
I
others.
cannot wait.
Holy
I
shit.
cannot wait for this game, honestly.
Fucking
This is going to be
bonkers.
so sick.
Vanilla
Vanilla
This
fucking
is like,
Ice, dude.
This game is like if you took Cyberpunk and Grand Theft Auto Vice City and smashed it together.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. The game looks to be a stealth action FPS that tasks players, with becoming leaders of a criminal underworld in a fictional version of 1990s Florida.
That's gonna be so good. That's gonna be
so
good.
goofy. And then
But
we
this
got to
next
look
one.
at the brand new Hellboy getting a stylish video game adaptation. A new video game based on Mike Mignola's Hellboy comics with the subtle subtitle, of Web Word was officially announced at the Game Awards, and it will only be available, it will be available on PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X, and Xbox One, Switch, and PC. The game is set to be a roguelite action adventure with an original story. But then we got a look at a crazy, wild little thing here that we were very confused by. Bayonetta Origins, Cereza and the Lost Demon announced. Despite Bayonetta 3 having been released in October, a new spin-off set in the franchise's universe will arrive on Switch on March 17th, 2023. Bayonetta Origins, Cereza and the Lost Demon will let players control both a young version of Bayonetta's 3's, Cereza and Cheshire. I was very weirded out by that game. But then we got a follow-up, finally. Holy shit. Celeste creators' next game, Earthblade, got a first-look trailer. Celeste developer Extremely OK Games has shared a first-look trailer at its upcoming game, Earthblade, and has confirmed it will be released in 2024. The game was previously described as a 2D exploration game. It features a gorgeous art style that simply sings in motion. It looks good. It looks
fantastic.
Very, very good.
Yeah, it does.
Fantastic.
But then your guys' big hype moment here. Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2 gameplay got revealed.
Marines, baby.
Oh boy, we were treated to the first gameplay footage of Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine 2, which is set to be released on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC in 2023.
Warhammer lore is so interesting.
Oh, dude, trust me. I've been following that shit since I was like 8 years old. That shit is sprawling. It's fucking nuts, man. The trailer showcased the defenders of mankind fighting against the rising darkness that includes skeletons, demons, and other monsters. And then following up with that, we got a really weird look at Crash Team Rumble in a new 4v4 multiplayer game coming.
Splash damage.
In 2023. Crash Team Rumble is a brand new 4v4 multiplayer game that will be released in 2023 and will task players with leading their squad to victory as they, quote, slide, smash, bump, and bash as a team to be the first, like fur, to bank the most wumpa fruit in their drop-off zone while simultaneously defending the opponent team's drop zone. That looks so much fun. We're going to definitely be playing that for splash damage. And then we got... Yes, Genesaw.
Bump and bash. I just
bump
can't.
and I know,
I'm
trust
sorry.
me. I was you're just doing it. It's Crash Bandicoot porn. And then we got a look at a very interesting decision here. Horizon Forbidden West Burning Shores DLC announced exclusively for PS5 and arrives in April. This new adventure will take Aloy to Los Angeles, complete with the Hollywood sign on display. Burning Shores will be released on April 19th, 2023 specifically, and will be exclusive to PS5 players. So I guess in the interviews, they talked about, like, in order for them to make this DLC look as good as they can, they could only put it on PS5. So we will see how things go from there. Tekken 8 Game Awards trailer confirms the return of a major character, baby. A new trailer for Tekken 8 has been released that has confirmed that Jin Kazama's mother, June Kazama, will be returning as a playable character after seemingly dying in Tekken 2. That's what it was, DJ. That's what it was. We also get a good look.
It hasn't been. She hasn't been in a mainline Tekken game.
Yes,
since like Tekken 3.
I know. Right, Tekken Tag, I think. Like
Tag is like outside canon. I believe.
Yeah, right. We also get a good look at how combat will feel in the new iterations of King, Paul, Lars, Marshall.
Marshall looks sick. You see Marshall? Oh my god,
dog! Oh my god, hella Jack, dog! Holy shit! You see his veins and shit, bro. Like that shit was wild. And then we got a first look at a clip from the Super Mario Brothers movie, revealing Mario's introduction to pipe travel. And it gives a great look at the upcoming film and is packed with homages to the game that inspired the project. Toad takes Mario through Mushroom Kingdom, and we see our favorite plumber introduced to warp travel. And then we got a super dope trailer for Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League that will be confirmed having Kevin Conroy voicing Batman for the very, very last time.
Rest in power.
Rest in fucking peace, baby. Alongside revealing that Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League will be released on May 26, 2023, the Game Awards took a moment to pay tribute to the late Kevin Conroy, who has been confirmed to voice Batman one last time in the upcoming Rocksteady title. If there was any way for us to buy that goddamn game, that was fucking it, man. Because I'm here for it. Yeah. I'm here for it, baby. And then me and DJ got a chance to fucking go off because Street Fighter 6 will fight its way to June 2nd, 2023 release date. The much anticipated Street Fighter 6 will fight its way there. The news came alongside a new trailer that featured DJ, Manon, Marissa, JP, and much, much more. And then, holy shit.
Yep. Everyone creaming their pants for this one.
Ladies, gents, ladies, and thents. Baby, we are here. Diablo 4 arrives in June 2023. Blizzard has officially announced that Diablo 4 will be released on June 6th of 2023, and a public beta will take place sometime before then. This news arrives following our chance to get a hands-on preview of the newest entry in the Legendary series. Lilith is fucking here. God damn, baby.
Lilith is here.
Dude, that announcement was so hype.
That like trailer.
And with Halsey bringing it in too.
Yeah, Halsey,
dude, giving us a live
the show.
Genesaw, that face. Genesaw, that face. Listen, okay. Our first guest for the show was Al Pacino. They had Halsey. They had Hosier do a musical performance. We had
Pedro Pascal come in. Fucking
yep,
dude. It was crazy.
It was insane.
It was way better than the fucking Oscars. Fuck the Oscars, right, guys? Fuck the Oscars.
100%.
Ryan Johnson made a video appearance too.
Yeah,
Yep.
Daniel Craig made a video. Yeah,
Daniel
Ryan
Craig.
Johnson,
We got Keegan Michael Key came on. We got Animal from the Muppets. He came on. He was
yeah,
there.
Animal from the Muppets was there.
Animal
It
was there.
was massive. It was an event.
Listen, we're gonna
It
be
was an
talking about it
event
on
for
Tuesday,
sure.
baby. I'm sure, but like we'll
That's
fucking get
crazy.
there. But it was wild, Genocide. You gotta watch it with us next year.
Oh,
New Star Wars Jedi Survivor trailer confirms a March release date. Oh my God, was this fucking sick! Alongside the
my Souls
confirmation
game.
that Star Wars Jedi Survivor will be released on March 17th, the Game Awards gave us a brand new gameplay trailer that shows more of Cal Kestis' next adventure. This new story picks
Guys.
up 5 years after the original, and Kestis has become a stronger, more powerful Jedi Knight. Unfortunately, the Empire has gotten stronger as well. God damn, this looked good.
Damn,
That
man.
fucking
So good. It's so good.
presentation, giving us the dude in the tank in the middle of the stage.
Tank
Okay,
and then
okay,
closing
okay,
it,
guys.
dude.
I think that is Starkiller.
I don't know, man. We'll see. But like, it's hard to say. They didn't show us enough.
I think. Well, I saw the eyes though in the face, and I think that's Starkiller.
Man,
Those bright, glowing blue eyes.
we'll see, bro. If they do it, that's ballsy. That's a ballsy
If
move.
they do it, dude, oh my God, I wonder how they're gonna incorporate that because like that's like expanded universe type.
It's all canon.
Yeah.
It's all like if they do that, they'll make him canon in some way.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
technically he is canon because his armor is an Andor, but we'll get there one day. We'll get there.
Yeah.
Next up, we had a look at Idris Elba joining Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty, and the new gameplay trailer was revealed. Elba will be playing a U.S. veteran named Solomon Reed. The most Idris Elba character
I'm pretty sure
name.
he's been named Solomon in other things that he's been
I'm
in.
pretty sure he was Solomon in Dwayne Johnson.
Hobbs and Shaw?
Hobbs and Shaw, yeah. I'm pretty sure his
Yeah.
name was Solomon in that, but I'm sure we'll go back and check it. And is apparently the only person players can trust to help them fulfill an impossible mission of espionage and survival. I'm really excited for this DLC.
Dude,
Goddamn,
the
dog.
atmosphere for that trailer was sick. I love the sick
Perfect.
espionage like
Perfect. God damn, we're gonna be there for it. But we're
And
also gonna be.
Idris Elba was there he added a video thing there too.
Yes,
Yeah.
yep,
He did.
that's
He
right.
also was there for that too. God damn, man. Game Awards 2022, baby. But we also got the announcement of the titular Death Stranding 2 getting officially announced from Hideo Kojima. He stopped by the Game Awards to help reveal that Death Stranding 2 is officially on the way. We got an extended look at the sequel to the 2019 original. We got a glimpse of Fragile, an older Sam Bridges, and much, much more. But he also talked about how he had to rewrite Death Stranding 2 after the COVID-19 pandemic because he didn't want to, quote unquote, predict the future any longer because he predicted the fuck out of it in Death Stranding.
Yeah.
Okay.
He fucking did.
Devin.
I just want to say preemptively, I know you said that it seemed like Warhammer was my most hype. That was definitely Garrick's. This next one is my most hype.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
think a lot
Because
of
we
people are
got
hyped
a
for this
look
one.
at Ken Levine's next game, the original creator of BioShock. Judas gets finally released. Holy shit. Details are scarce, but it looks to be a narrative-driven single-player first-person shooter that definitely gives off some BioShock in space vibes. Quote, a disintegrating starship, a desperate escape plan, the official press release shares. You are the mysterious and troubled Judas. Your only hope for survival is to make or break alliances with your worst enemies. Will you work together to fix what you broke, or will you leave it to burn? End quote. And goddamn, the world cried because everyone has been losing their minds about fucking Judas, dude. This game looks
Dude,
good.
it looks so fucking
It looks
sick.
good, doggy
It
dog.
looked
Take my
good.
$70.
It looked good.
But including other games, we'll be taking our money here. Hades 2 gets announced with the gameplay trailer. Hades 2 was officially announced at the Game Awards. It will send players back to the world of the original that we awarded our Game of the Year in 2020. Developer Supergiant Games is set to welcome players to try Hades 2 via early access in 2023. And then, boys, the big pop-off. The sickest
Big,
trailer
huge.
for video games I think we've ever fucking gotten in the history of video games ever. And my moment to fucking shit my pants. From Software reveals that they can make any game and people will buy it. Armored Core 6, Fires of Rubicon. Elden Ring developer From Software has officially announced Armored Core 6, alongside revealing a new trailer that shows giant robots fighting each other. We don't know much about the game yet, but it was confirmed that this new title will be released in 2023.
Dude, that's such a sick name, too.
Yeah.
Like,
I can't wait for this game either.
Rubicon.
This is a nostalgia. And that trailer.
Oh, God.
It was
so
10
good.
years. 10 years, brother.
I'm actually watching it right now. I'm watching it right now.
You're telling me that I can min-max robots again? Are you fucking kidding me? Hell yes, take my money.
10 years.
God
10 years,
damn,
brother.
baby.
You
Let
made
me
it.
do it.
Imagine the multiplayer in that game too.
Oh my God, I don't even want to, dog. It makes my pee
Say
move
it,
a little
don't
bit.
say it.
I can't think about that too much, right? Like, you know that moment when you step out of the shower and it's too cold, your balls kind of shrivel up a little bit. That's what I got watching that trailer. Okay, that's what I got watching that trailer, and it will happen every time I think about it. Okay.
Ow, my neck, man.
Final
Genesis
Fantasy,
like, I don't know that moment.
Final Fantasy 16's newest
Love
trailer
that moment.
reveals a June 2023 release date. Square Enix has revealed that Final Fantasy 16 will be released on June 22nd, 2023. Alongside the release date, fans are treated to another gorgeous look at the game, including its summon battle system and the latest iteration of Ifrit. God damn, was this a trailer? Like, I was
that was
already
sick
hyped
trailer, man.
for that fucking
Holy
game.
fuck.
But then,
DJ.
Final Fantasy.
go
You
ahead.
got to play Final Fantasy 15. You got to play it.
Yes.
Which one? Which one's that?
15.
No, but like, which one is that? Like, what?
Oh,
happens in
it
the
starts
game?
off as a road trip. It starts off as a road trip.
Noctis
Okay.
and
Alright,
his
yeah,
friends in a car.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. See, that's what you have to say.
But more importantly,
Yeah, yeah.
we found out that the real winner of the Game Awards was actually the Orthodox Jew father, Bill Clinton. When the young
A
man,
reformed Orthodox rabbi.
reformed
what?
Orthodox rabbi,
Oh,
Bill
Genesis.
Clinton.
All right, Genesis.
So she okay.
Elden-
So
Elden
hold
Ring
on.
wins Game of the Year.
Okay. Hold on.
Uh,
First, we need to make sure
Okay.
that we ram this here, because this is gonna be fucking goofy as shit. But be warned, this is some InfoWars like conspiracy theory shit that this kid pulled
I
here.
love
Okay,
conspiracy theory.
Okay.
Not this one.
This is like Genesis. This is the gamer equivalent of the Will Smith slap. Okay, like this is how significant this is. So, as Elden Ring's developers are going on stage to accept their award, there's this kid that walks up with them, and he's standing behind them, and he's waiting the entire time for the Elden Ring developers to finish their speech.
Like he
then
walked up
after
as
their
if
speech,
he
he's done.
won the award. Like he was just nonchalant.
No one said anything. Everyone's just like, oh, he's just there. Maybe he's part of the production team. Who knows? And after the speech is done, he gets on the mic and he says to the rest of the crowd, "I'd like to thank everyone, but I'd like to nominate this award for my new reformed Orthodox rabbi, Bill Clinton. Thank you so much." And then people start clapping like confused. Everyone was confused. Everyone was shocked. And then the camera is zoomed out, and you can see people like trying to, like, dudes in suits come on the stage and like try to get this guy out, and he got it's a 15-year-old kid. He got arrested.
Well, I guess he got
that night.
detained. I
He
guess
He got released. He got released.
Yeah, he got
I mean,
released.
arrested is just like,
Yeah, no,
he's not like he's not charged with any crime. He's just got arrested.
he did the thing. But apparently, this is some weird like Republican InfoWars bullshit that like they would.
Yeah,
talk
he was
about
on
all over fucking
InfoWars when he
4chan
was
and-
12. Now he's 15, and he's been doing like this. He did this at another event, a gaming event, I believe, a few months prior.
Yeah,
Hold
fucking
up,
this
though.
loser ass
Under
kid.
what was he arrested? Like,
Because
under
he
what
was just-
ground?
he well I guess that's the point. Like he didn't get charged with anything. That's why I was saying he
But
didn't
he was
get
just
arrested. He got detained, and so like they took him out because he basically like jumped on stage when he wasn't supposed to. Like he wasn't invited to be there. Like that was
Trespassing.
Yeah, he wasn't
yeah.
supposed to be there at all.
Yeah,
Like
and so
he was literally somewhere else in the crowd, and he just walked up with the team, like he was there, like with them.
yeah.
Oh,
And so it's-
so it's a random kid.
It's a
It was
random ass
random
kid.
kid,
He
a
had
kid on the
nothing to
development
do
team.
with
No,
From
he had nothing to do
Software,
with it
like,
at
yeah,
all.
Yeah,
We don't even know how
I
he got
love
to the
that.
event.
yeah. But I'm sure again we'll be talking about it more on Tuesday.
His
because
mom
there's
dropped
some-
him off.
Yeah, exactly. We'll be talking about it further.
Apparently,
on
his mom had an
Tuesday.
invite. Jeez.
But in the meantime, though, please have a word from our sponsors.
This piece of good Kraken content is brought to you by Glide mousepads. The world is changing and the demand for PC gaming and work from home setups has never been as wild as it is right now. Having the best of the best in PC accessories only makes it easier to get your work done before you jump right back into the fray of the digital sea. And Glide knows exactly how to make that happen for you. Glide Mousepads is the future industry leader in mousepads, offering beautiful, smooth, waterproof products made with eco-friendly materials and non-slip rubber in a variety of sizes that are guaranteed to help you get that next win. Now, if you're like me and you spend a lot of time in your command center, whether it's streaming, editing, or designing, you need a quality mousepad that can keep up with that constant grind. You can go to glidemousepads.com right now and use code Kraken for 15% off the Founders Edition mousepad in every size available. Again, that's code KRAKEN Kraken for 15% off any Founders Edition mousepad today.
Our next sponsor is Rogue Energy. Late nights are pretty much commonplace for us content creators, and any of us here at GK can attest that sometimes you're just too damn tired to even think about how not to be tired any longer. Lucky for us, though, Rogue has figured out how to give those late nights and even earlier mornings the supercharge that we all need. Rogue Energy is a low-calorie, no-sugar energy formula that is the perfect alternative to sugar-filled canned energy drinks and sodas. Every formula Rogue Energy produces is designed with optimal levels of high-quality ingredients and no chalky textures. Being the only gaming drink company in the world with 4 unique product lines to suit your task at hand, Rogue Energy strives to improve the in-game performance of gamers, streamers, and content creators around the globe. Check it. We have been drinking the ever-living crap out of this stuff. If I'll be completely honest with you, me, Devin, Garrick, Xander, Raven, Genesee, all of us here at GK absolutely adore this drink. It helps us in the mornings, helps us in the evenings. You guys know how it is. We've been going on about this forever, and it is no exception now. It's still taking care of us to this day. You can head on over to rogueenergy.com and use code GKRAKEN for 10% off your purchase of any shaker or formula tub of your choosing. That's GKRAKEN for 10% off any shaker or formula tub that you'd like. Now, back to the show. Oh shit. Oh shit. I love it, guys. Welcome back. We're here, we're doing the thing, and we are doing it with all of you. DJ, tell them what we have next for the folks at home.
Well, Ernell, we're gonna be talking about what we've been playing, or actually,
no, we're skipping that. We're skipping hands on deck.
Actually, no,
we're not.
Well, okay. First of all, you need to remove that one. You put that.
Right,
we don't have that. You put that at the top or something.
Okay,
anyway, because I'm like scrolling.
Anyway,
it's not my fault. I didn't read. It's your fault,
Mr. Editor.
Listen,
Mr. Ernell,
y'all are coming at me pretty high.
We're going into the Gallows, baby.
The Gallows. What's cracking, everybody? For the Gallows today, we are talking our best shows of 2023. The 3 shows each of us feel that you guys need to watch before the end of 2022 comes to its wonderful close here. Oh, excuse me, I'm burping on stream again. You guys have a lot of content that you need to watch, but we're going to give you guys the ones that you definitely need to prioritize here. So what we're going to do, we're going to go around the group for each round, giving our top 3, starting with our 3rd place, working our way to our number 1 show that we feel everyone needs to watch going into 2023. Devin, let's start with you, my friend. What is your number 3 of your top 3 best shows of 2022?
Well, I already know I'm going to probably be stealing this from a couple of you, or at least one of you, but I'm going to start with Cyberpunk 2077 Edgerunners.
Oh, shit. Okay, all right. I like it. Devin,
number 3 is a travesty.
Why is that making number 3 for you in your top 3?
It is the best animated show that I did watch in all of 2022. Hands down, best animated show. Okay. I loved Arcane, but Cyberpunk 2077 Edgerunners just resonated more with me, and it was emotional. It was action-packed. It was visually stunning. They incorporated a lot of aspects of the video game itself into it, such as like the HUD, the UI, the abilities people had, characters. Like it was just a great adaptation from video game to screen.
I love it. I love it. Genesaw, what is your number 3 of your top 3 shows of 2022?
My number 3 show of 2022 was Heartstopper.
Oh, wow. That's a big turn. Okay.
Big.
Yeah, it is a Netflix, and it's so different from my other 2. It's a Netflix original. It was adapted from a graphic novel of the same name, and it's fucking adorable. It's like these little British boys just like falling in love, and well, really, it's a bunch of friends, but it centers around Charlie and Nick as they like. Nick kind of discovers his sexuality, and Charlie like realizes what it can be like to actually like have someone like you. It's just really fucking cute and sweet and amazing, and I've watched it like 10 times.
Yeah, you did. I remember when you first talked to us about that. You were pretty hyped up about it. So
Also, like, the theme for my favorite shows this year was definitely kind of artsy, and Heartstopper like felt like a graphic novel watching it. Like the soundtrack, the lighting, like so much went into making this show just like pop. So
sure,
really
I
good.
like it. I like it. DJ. Okay, stop. DJ, your number 3 of your top 3 of 2022 shows. What's up?
I gotta scroll through it here. She-Hulk, Attorney at Law. That is.
Oh my god.
Genesee is mad. Genesee is so mad.
Get fucked, Genesee!
You don't just fucking say that.
Get fucked, Genesee!
It's my favorite. It's my third favorite. And looking at this year, it's my third favorite.
Genesee is so bad.
Genesee quit. She's giving up. She's out now.
I don't think I've ever seen Genesee walk away from the computer before.
It's my third favorite. It's in my top 3. I'm sorry. Well,
DJ.
Devin took my other one. Devin took Cyberpunk.
Devin
took Cyberpunk.
I mean, like, if you
move it up the list.
If you see, so here's the thing: if someone else has yours, you can say like, "Oh, that's my number 3 as well," and you can both kind of get some space to talk about why that makes your spot. If it's not the same spot,
because usually we usually like just take you know whatever.
Yeah.
Thing.
Yeah, no.
That would have been my number 3.
Embarrass yourself, DJ, by saying
She-Hulk was
She-Hulk's
good.
a good show. Sorry,
I'm
Genesee.
dying on this hill. She-Hulk was good. I had fun. That's all that
it's good.
matters. Okay.
Well, so
right?
here let's
Me,
do
little
this. So
baby brain.
usually we
Little
do the
baby
like
brain.
taking thing if we're doing a top 10 list for GK as a whole, right? Is Cyberpunk Edgerunners your actual number 3?
Yeah. She-Hulk's number 4 though.
Okay, honorable mention. Sure, that's fine. Okay, so DJ, let's capitalize on this, right? So let's make this clear for everybody now. So if someone else has one that's also in your top, you can just state like, oh, this is in my top, and when we come around to it, you'll get your chance to talk about it as well. So DJ, why does Cyberpunk Edgerunners make your number 3?
Everything that Devin said, it's just. I love shows with like style, with a little bit like I know what I'm getting into. It's like has its own little flair. Like that's why I love Bullet Train so much. There's so much like personality.
Fuck, it's such a good movie. That's a good movie.
and so like I love when a show has personality and it really flaunts it. And Cyberpunk is that show. It's like coupled in with the soundtrack, the story. Like for the 10 episodes, it's 10, right? 10 episodes. Literally, I've never been so invested in a group of characters. I've never cried so hard in such a short amount of time after learning about these characters. So that means the writing is top tier and or not top tier, but it's good. It's really good. And just the animation, just everything about it. I liked the show so much. I wanted to play Cyberpunk again, and I thought maybe I was done with the game since I played it 3 times already. But I'll be like, you know what? Fourth times doesn't sound too bad.
4th time's a charm,
Go
baby.
through it
4th
again.
time's a charm. Let's
Make
go.
the same choices as I did in the first 3.
I love it, baby. I love it. So my number 3 is She-Hulk Attorney at Law.
I swear to God.
Jenna would smash her head through her back door if I actually picked that as my actual.
Drive me to your house.
I know, and I don't live that far from you, so like you'd be here so fast.
This is a prank on Genesee. We're all number 1s or She-Hulk.
Could you imagine Jenna disappears and then like 10 minutes later she's in my room like, did you say She-Hulk?
I'm sorry.
He's just slapping the shit out of you.
Miss Marvel came out this fucking year. And
I know.
Said She-Hulk?
I know. Miss Marvel.
Genesee, to be fair, Genesee, I did not see Miss Marvel, so that may be wrong.
Oh, okay. Well, DJ didn't have an obligation to have to watch it until like we started, kind of having him on content and stuff, So like, he'll get there. He'll catch up. Here's the beauty of it though, is that if DJ likes She-Hulk,
yesterday, Genesee, I'm sorry.
He's definitely gonna like Miss Marvel. So on the plus side, side.
If you say it's definitely probably better than She-Hulk. So it's like
really
very much so. Very much.
Get on Disney Plus and start watching everything in chronological order that you haven't seen yet.
I haven't seen Moon Knight yet.
In the
either,
MCU.
so like,
starting from Iron Man.
Like, don't feel bad. Like, it's not that literally Miss Marvel. I literally avoided everything.
Literally, just start, like, especially since you're going to be on a lot of our movie content moving forward. Literally, just go on there and start watching from the beginning.
But you need to watch.
You know stuff that you haven't.
You need to watch.
I'm like the character in like a comedy, like comedy action where like he just so happens to like duck, like looking for something, like when someone's trying to attack him, he's just ducking, like, oh, I lost my glasses, and then like that's me with the movies and shows. Like I just so happen to miss them.
Anyways, my actual number 3 for the year is going to actually be Arcane. Arcane was
good choice.
Fucking phenomenal experience, and I actually struggled really hard whether this is going to be my number 3 or my number 2, because this show was just out of this world, man. I watched that season of Arcane 7 times, I believe, 6 or 7 times. The show is fucking impeccable. It is almost the perfect fucking show as far as animation is concerned. The art is beautiful. The story writing was perfect. Coming from a video game IP, I don't think we've gotten a video game IP like into another media that good in so long prior leading up to Arcane. God damn, dude. God damn. DJ, what's up?
I would just like to say like that that is one of the only shows from this year I was like I had to clamor all my friends like, please watch it with me. I will watch it again with you. Like, this is good, because like everyone was like, oh, it's League of Legends, League of Legends, but it is so much better than anything League of Legends is associated with.
Arcane
so much
made
better than
me
anything.
Want to play League of Legends finally, and then like I was like, maybe not,
I
because
League of Legends. I regretted it, but like still,
man,
it's so good, and that's my number 2.
Oh, okay, perfect. So we'll come back to that here in a second. So Arcane.
No, it's not.
What is your number 2?
I was thinking opposite. It was my number 1. So like,
okay. Cool. Yeah. So
1.
I'll leave some space for you to talk about it a little bit more. So Arcane, fucking phenomenal show. Go watch that shit. Devin, your number 2. Go ahead.
From Warner Brothers, directed and created by James Gunn.
Ooh.
Peacemaker.
Let's go. Let's go. What a show, dude. Peacemaker's fucking good, dog. Devin, why is that number 2 for you?
Fun movie.
Peacemaker was hilarious. It was action-packed, and it was literally John Cena just being John Cena. And there wasn't a moment throughout this whole show that there wasn't some sort development going on, whether it be character development, whether it be plot development, whether it be me laughing and cackling and, you know, falling over out of my chair. I
Why did
think
it have to be my dad, you fat fuck? It couldn't be Paris Hilton. It couldn't be Danny Glover, Chuck Norris, the Beastie Boys, Justin Bieber. Like, he named like 45 fucking people for that moment. And all
that
of it
was improv too.
was
That
improv.
Like I like that show caught me so off guard and by surprise. And like, granted, I loved his character in the Suicide Squad, the James Gunn film with Idris Elba, but it was so good. And that ending, the ending of season 1 too, just fantastic. Everybody should go watch that show. I think this is a pinnacle, top tier DC at its best, in my opinion, and definitely DC should focus on the dark side of things. I give that show a 10 out of 10.
Goddamn,
10 out
baby.
of 10.
Goddamn,
10 out of 10
show. Good show, baby. Genesaw, your number 2 of 2022.
My number 2 of 2022 is Wednesday.
Oh,
good choice.
Wow.
Good choice.
Okay.
I just finished it.
Okay.
Good choice.
All right. So, Genesaw, why number 2?
Good. I really struggled with this between my number 2 and my number 1. The second that it was announced, it was really close. I was really very excited for the second it was announced. I think that as like just a little emo girl with depression, like Wednesday is an icon. Like every iteration of Wednesday Addams is like just our goddess. And so I'm also, I think it's really interesting because I'm very hesitant about like remakes and reboots. I get really tired of people doing the same shit over and over again. But I get very impressed when people take an old concept and make it new and make it something like actually like creative and a kind of new take or a continuation of a take, right? And that's kind of what Tim Burton and Jenna Ortega did with this. I'm also a huge Jenna Ortega fan. She was fucking amazing in this. I mean,
the only saving grace for us watching Scream together was Jenna Ortega.
It was Jenna Ortega. Dude, I love Jenna Ortega. She was also one of my top movies from last year. I think was the Fallout.
Yep.
And she was also not Jenna Ortega. Yeah, Jenna Ortega is by far, I think, one of my favorite actresses right now. She's a really, really talented actress, and she made like the role of Wednesday. She made acting into an art form. Like, I know that it is art, but like you really don't see that much on the screen. Like, well, you do, but like not. She took it to a new level. I mean, what she was doing with Wednesday was seriously like profound acting work. It was insanely impressive, and not just her, but the whole cast was doing really cool stuff, and like that they set her in this really cool world that had like regular everyday humans, but then also had a bunch of other supernatural people. I mean, the stuff they did with it was really cool, and the fact that they didn't make her they made her relatable without making her like not herself, right? She's still closed off in a lot of ways, and she experiences emotions a lot differently than other people. But she still is a really, really relatable character, I think.
I love it. Yeah, I still need to kick that off. I've been struggling with wanting to really dive into it since Tim Burton had his recent interviews talking about how he refuses to use black actors for his content. So some really problematic shit that has had me a little bit crux with wanting to consume his content. Yeah, no, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. So Wednesday might be my last sprawling into Tim Burton content for a while. But I do want to watch it because Addams Family is something that has been very near and dear to my heart since childhood. And so I definitely want to dive into that too. So, DJ, you're number 2, my friend.
Hey man, look,
She-Hulk, Attorney
it's been a year. It's been a year for animated shows.
Oh,
and my number 2 is The Legend of Vox Machina.
Ooh, good choice.
Oh,
good choice.
Wow. DJ's whole list is animated content. Okay, DJ, why did Vox Machina make it to your number 2?
It was surprising when you guys told me about The Legend of Vox Machina. I thought it was just some show that already came out like years before, but it came out this year. it. Well, because like the way they were talking about it, they were like, "Oh yeah, it's been big in the making." Like I thought it was already like a big thing. Like it was like a no-brainer. Oh, you should have heard about it. You know, like I didn't know it came out this year. And I watched the first episode. I was like, oh, okay, I like this animation style. But then and then it flips it on its head. Like you get these cast of characters that are just like and the voice actors really breathe life into them because they've made those characters. It's like a D&D campaign animated, and it is everything I could want. It's just it is action, there's comedy, it's just so good. I don't have a lot to say about it. Just go watch it.
Go watch
it's
it.
Such a good show.
I like it. All right.
Go watch it with your Prime Video subscription right now.
That's very nice, my friend. That's very nice. My number 2, guys, is She-Hulk.
Yeah.
It is not. The fuck it isn't.
It's not. It's not.
Oh
I just want to see how many
is
times.
tired already.
I just want to see how many times we can get genocide before we finally
I
one of us
honestly-
actually says She-Hulk Eternal is my number 1.
He said it was his number fucking 4 of all of the shit that came out this year.
She-Hulk was
it's
fucking
a
good,
five.
Genocide.
It was
Get
in my
over it.
five.
You know what I mean? Like,
It was
fucking
not good.
get on board with it. You know what I'm saying? We all agree She-Hulk's all right. Like,
It just
I
wasn't
thought
that
Peacemaker
good.
was in your 5 too.
what was that? Devin?
I'm just calling DJ. I was like, I thought
Wait,
Peacemaker
what?
was in your top 5 too.
Like it's a rotating 5, or it's a rotating like
Yeah,
the 4 or
for
5
sure.
spot. Like it's a rotating
like a
one.
sushi
Depending on how
bar,
I'm feeling
yeah.
that day, it's either Peacemaker or She-Hulk.
Goddamn.
So like
Yeah,
we spin that palette around.
Speaking of which, ladies and gentlemen, my number 2 is actually going to be Andor. Let's go, baby.
Hey,
Andor,
that's
goddamn, is one
Good
hell
show.
of a show, ladies
Great
and
show.
gentlemen. That show was a fucking experience from front to goddamn back, dude. We recently reviewed the show and it got accolades from all of us here. Andor is the Star Wars experience I've been wanting since watching Rogue One many, many years ago. And falling in love with that movie and like being a big fan of like the Star Wars universe since being a child. Andor was it, dude. Like it was espionage, it was dark, it was gritty, it was heartfelt, it was emotional, it was driven, visceral, everything under the fucking rainbow that you could possibly want from Star Wars content. Andor had it. And I cannot emphasize enough, in as many ways as possible, you need to watch Andor. Like, Andor may or
Andor
may
good.
not be the best Star Wars piece of content to have ever been made. Period. Like, that show is that good. It is actually that fucking good. Yes, please watch that shit. Devin, let's get into it, baby boy. Your number 1 top show of 2022. And I think I got a good idea of what it is. Devin, what do you got?
My top show of 2022 is the Disney Plus original series.
She-Hulk Attorney at Law.
No,
Wait,
we're done.
what was it?
We're done with that.
Yeah.
I like that show,
I didn't
but we're
even
done.
catch what he actually said.
No,
Yeah,
you cut
don't worry.
out for a second. You cut out for a second. What was it?
It's Andor, guys. Andor,
Andor,
my top
baby.
show.
Let's
It-
go.
it-
Let's go.
It is not may or may not be. It is the best piece of Star Wars content
Let's
we
go.
have gotten to
Let's
date.
go, gentlemen. Let's
It
go.
is. In the first 5 minutes, this show sets a very dark tone, and it keeps that tone throughout the whole show. The storytelling throughout that show is incredible. The character development is incredible. The writing. This show has some of the best monologues I've heard in any piece of television or movie content ever in my life. Like, this show is emotional. This show is dark. This show has stakes. It is cinematically beautiful. The way that it is shot, the amount of pressure that is on these characters, the amount of it has such high stakes for such good reasons, and the casting is so good. It is so good. Cassian Andor has proven to be a very, very pinnacle character within the Star Wars universe without there being any Force, Jedi, Sith, none of that being implemented at all. These are normal, real people within this universe, and real and aliens too incorporated into this. And I cannot wait for season 2. This show ended on such a good note. I mean, we have Stellan Skarsgård as one of the main characters in this show.
Let's fucking go, baby. Let's fucking
and
go.
His ship makes me go, Millennium Falcon, what? You know? I loved it from front to back. The action was good. It really put that tone that we always talk about with the Empire, that they are a fascist regime, and they doubled down on that. They are the bad guys, 100%.
And fucking through, baby. And those monologues double it down. You asked me what I sacrifice. Everything! It was the hypest shit ever,
I fight
dude.
for a son I will not see.
Oh, God. It's so good, dude. It's so fucking good, man. Genesaw, your number one TV show of 2022. What do you got?
My number one TV show of 2022 was Pretty Little Liars original.
Oh, fucking course.
God.
Here we go. Here we fucking go.
I knew it.
Here we go. Genesaw, why is that your number one? Let's go.
Pretty Little Liars Original Sin is my number one, not out of spite, not to prove a point, but because...
Are you sure? You positive?
It takes literally all of my favorite things. It takes women. It takes queer people. It takes petty shit. It takes like everything. And
okay.
But also it takes like really intense themes of trauma and grief and generational trauma and some sexual assault, like so many things, and puts it into a medium of horror in which women have been repeatedly used as the punchline or used to like get some sort of visceral reaction out of viewers. And it takes that medium and allows these young women's stories to be told in a way that is for them and by them. It's just incredibly fucking powerful. It also does something similar to Wednesday. It takes the old kind of bad guy of Pretty Little Liars, right? And it takes a fresh new take on it. Pretty Little Liars, the show, the original show, was honestly garbage. I think we can all say that. Even if we don't delve into all of the problematic shit with it, it was just not a well done show.
Bad show.
Pretty Little Liars Original Sin takes the villain of A and this idea of secrets and of like exposure of those secrets and sets that in like an almost classic horror setting. So it takes like so many not just tropes, but scenes and themes of actual classic horror. We got Carrie. We got, oh my gosh, the shower one. Psycho?
Yeah.
It takes Psycho. It takes so many classic slashers and horror films and puts them to this villain that was honestly kind of a garbage villain. A was a garbage villain, and it makes it interesting. And just really, really powerful.
All right.
And very artistic. The angles that they took with like the fucking camera work in this show, like this is a piece of artwork. It was a really fucking good
That's
show.
why you want me to watch it, because you know I'm a sucker for that shit. Okay.
Dude, Ernell, like literally you will be a sucker for this show because it has we all know you love powerful women. Don't lie to me.
Of course. Absolutely.
He's pitching this show for like 4 months to Ernell.
She really has, dude. She really has.
4 months straight of pitching the show to Renee, and he still has not watched it.
It also, like, I think that you have an appreciation that I do for like the art form of horror. Like, I don't like to be scared, but I do really appreciate the artistic elements in horror, even classic horror. Like, there's a reason that they are prolific. And I think you'll really appreciate what they did with that because everyone fucking tries. Scream fucking tried to do something with horror, right? Trying to like not reinvent horror, but like do those nods and like make it something. And Scream was just tired. And Pretty Little Liars Original Sin, like with that ridiculous name, did it.
Goddamn. All right. Well, DJ,
Watch it.
here it is, baby. Your number one. Remind the folks at home what you got.
Arcane. Arcane is my number one show of
show.
2022 because it honestly is an experience that I feel like everyone should go through, even if you're not into League of Legends, if you're not into video games. It just stands on its own as a really good animated show. It tears at your heartstrings. It's just emotionally driven. It makes the people at Fortiche, the animation for this really makes these characters pop in a way that the animation style is so unique that it stands out from like the rest of any other animated show in the space. Like there is not a show that looks like Arcane at this
Period.
year, at least.
Period, dude.
Period.
Like it's just
like
unreal.
There's nothing that looks like Arcane, and the story that the creators like expanded upon with this lore, because most of the lore in League of Legends is just kind of subjected to the website.
Yeah.
And like, item description and it's not really pushed upon furthermore, because like League of Legends is just like an arena. It's just like, oh, characters battling, whatever. But the show really gives us a glimpse into that world and how people live in it, and it's filled the world like above Zon and Piltover. You can see it's filled, it's lived in, and it's such a great show. Like I cried multiple times.
Oh my god!
And the
dude,
character design is great. The character design is so good that they used it for they brought it into the game, and now people prefer that art style for those characters. That's how good the character design is. Memorable characters. I still remember the names of them. You know what I mean? And that's hard to do. I watched this at the beginning of the year. Like that's hard to do.
Yeah.
Make me like I know the names of these characters.
Well, and the beauty of it too, like having a video game show that you don't need to play the video game to be invested into it was such an experience, dude. Like having that, like not having any real prior experience to like the lore of like the greater lore of League of Legends and be able to jump into that and just like know that you're invested into these characters was life-changing, dude. This show is so fucking good, man.
And like League of Legends lore is so vast. Like they could make so many more like shows just on different areas of the fucking like world.
Yeah.
Like there's not just Piltover and Zon, there's Ionia, which is like more like Orientals kind of style, like Japanese and Asian culture inspired area. There's Shurima, like fucking Egypt and shit, like or fucking Sands of Shurima, like that. There's so much shit that they could just make more shows on, and I'm excited. I'm excited.
I love it, baby.
I want to make another one.
I love it so much, dude. I love it so much. All right, guys, the final one here, and my number one TV show of 2022 is Resident Evil.
Okay, get out of here. Get out of here.
You are terrible. You are fucking terrible.
What a good show.
I want you to quit. I want you to quit.
What a great show, guys.
Can you quit?
Oh, man. Okay, no, my actual number one show. Get a serious pop off here. My actual number one show here, and I had a really hard time picking between this because it was either this or another show that was either going to make it to number one or is going to end up in my honorable mentions, right? Because the other two shows I was pretty firm, like they have to be in the top, right? They have to be in the top.
Right.
One of these was not going to make the cut. And I decided that the show that was going to be my number one for 2022 is going to be House of the Dragon. Because goddamn Game of Thrones is fucking back, baby. Holy shit. Devin can attest for you, dude. Game of Thrones House of the Dragon was a fucking roller coaster. And as we know, Game of Thrones gives it almost every single season, okay? Even their bad season, they had a couple episodes that were like, holy fuck, this is actually happening, dude. Game of Thrones has been pivotal.
I haven't seen Game of Thrones.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
I haven't either.
Has been pivotal for the entertainment world, okay? It is a life-changing experience front to back. And DJ hasn't watched most things. House of the Dragon capitalizes on a decade of entertainment that very, very, very many people were invested into. And after the very disappointing finale of Game of Thrones that very, very many were not very happy with, House of the Dragon allows us the space to kind of come in and be reinvested into this universe, be reinvested into the world. And watching us all as a world community on the internet dive back into Westeros the way that we did in House of the Dragon kicking off, and seeing this first season kick off with such a good first episode, and then doubling up on the second episode and the third episode and giving us characters that they somehow made us give so much of a fuck about in a matter of like 3 fucking episodes was outstanding. Outstanding to see this show fucking thrive the way that it did for this very, very first season. Because the first season of Game of Thrones is a slow cooker building into your meal. Okay? Slow, steady, low heat cook. And this season took that slow cook for 2 episodes and said, all right, it's time. And they just popped the fuck off, because we got an entire episode of Doctor Who slashing through an army of people by himself, covered in blood, with a dragon flying by and slaughtering people. And oh boy, was that fucking it, man. That was when I was here for the goddamn ride. If you are not a Game of Thrones fan, fucking, you can still watch House of the Dragon, because it is a prequel to the original Game of Thrones show, and it is just as good as we did in Game of Thrones itself. Please watch House of the Dragon. Please watch House of the fucking Dragon.
100%.
It's only one season. It's only one season. If you catch up now, you won't fall behind. DJ.
Huh? What's up?
Genocide. You guys can watch this first season.
I do need to watch.
I'll watch
the Dragon Show.
You can honestly start with House of the Dragon and not worry about watching the original series. Correct. Because it is a prequel to
like 1,000 years before prequel.
Right.
Yeah. Right now, the queue list right now is Miss Marvel, and then Pretty Little Liars.
No. And
then House of the Dragon.
Dune needs to be number 1. God damn it.
No. That's a movie. It's a movie. I'm talking about shows.
Okay, I got you.
We're on shows.
Dude, if you like have a few hours, you'll get through Miss Marvel so fast.
Oh yeah.
I just need to find a time to like sit.
Just sit. You ever just sit?
Yeah.
Not DJ. Not DJ. Never has time, dude.
I've never had to sit in my entire life.
But you guys at home have time to sit and check out our schedule for next week. On Tuesday, we have the Good Kraken podcast, where we're going to be talking about the Game Awards and whether or not it held up. We're going to be rating the Game Awards. We're going to be talking about our results for our Game Awards predictions. Garrick won. I'm pretty sure he spanked our asses.
Won every prediction he had.
Goddamn. We will be going over that. We will be going over whether or not we thought the Game Awards was a good presentation this year. And then on Wednesday, we have 7th Brevin, where our man, Devin himself, will be playing Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion. Oh boy.
I'm so excited for this. This is one of my favorite games on the PSP. And they put it in Unreal Engine 4 and it's got like the battle mechanics from Final Fantasy VII Remake and the character design from Final Fantasy VII Remake. Let's go.
Let's fucking go, baby.
Let's go.
Let's go. You guys can catch him there. On Thursday, we have the Shipwreck Show live, as per usual, every Thursday. And if you're a Twitch subscriber, you can join our Discord, where you will have the opportunity to write into the show in our Shipwreck submissions channel to ask us any questions you want. It's Krakmas season, baby. Give us those Christmas questions. We want to hear from you guys. And then next Friday, we actually, instead of doing Splash Damage, for Ocean Shrine Storytime, will be playing The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Next Gen Update. We're diving into it. We're going to find out how good this next gen update actually looks. We're going to see the changes. We're going to find out whether or not this is going to be a good follow-up to what we got as the seminal video game, The Witcher 3. And I am really excited for it. I'm really excited for it. Goddamn. Maybe this update will make me actually finally beat the game. We'll find out. I'm about to put another 100 hours in this fucking game.
I'm gonna say he won't.
You're so annoying. All that content you can catch at 7 p.m. Pacific time, 10 p.m. Eastern time. But next Saturday, we have another Good Kraken podcast where we're going to be doing Avatar: Way of the Water review. Let's fucking go. We are going to be seeing on Thursday and Friday. We're going to be splitting the team in half. We're going to be seeing Avatar: Way of the Water late next week in order for us to have this review for you guys. And we're going to let y'all know whether that movie is actually going to be worth your money.
I'm gonna see on my birthday.
Theaters. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Everybody, make sure you tell DJ happy birthday next Friday.
Yeah.
And tell him to watch.
I'm gonna wake up. I'm gonna wake up on that Friday
and watch Dune.
The first thing I'm gonna say is, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22.
So here,
yeah.
So here's what DJ has to do for his 22nd birthday. Is he's gonna wake up, he's gonna go see Avatar: Way of the Water for 3 hours, and then after that he's gonna come home. He's gonna watch Dune for 3 hours, and then after Dune he's gonna watch Miss Marvel for 6 hours.
Okay, but DJ's better than all of us because he's turning 22 in 2022. Which is like the only way you could be more Swifty than that is if you were turning 22 in August.
Ah, damn.
Oh,
you're disappointed, really DJ.
Hey, that's not his fault. That's not his fault.
That's not his fault.
Your parents. I'm gonna personally call your parents.
That's it. Hashtag boycott DJ's parents right now. Let's go. Hashtag
it's
boycott
like
DJ's parents.
You're going back in time to like.
God damn me. I know. Someone's on a mission. Guys, please let us know what your favorite TV shows of 2022 were. Let us know whether you liked our favorite TV shows, and let us know which ones you thought were bullshit. And most importantly, let us know why She-Hulk is the #1 TV show for you at home. But before we talk about She-Hulk, this has been the Good Kraken podcast, your choice for all the nerdy video game and She-Hulk news, reviews, and discussions that you want to hear live every Tuesday at 7 p.m. and Saturdays at 12 p.m. right here at shehulk.com. I'm just kidding. Twitch.tv/Good Kraken Show. If you're riding this wave, you can head on over to shehulk.com. You can head on over to Disney Plus. I watch She-Hulk, where you can submit questions and topics to the show, get exclusive content. Soon, have early access episodes before they go live on podcasts and video services across the digital sea. Watch She-Hulk. You can also support us by going to our YouTube channel, clicking that beautiful bell and big red button, or by subscribing to our podcast channel by searching She-Hulk with an exclamation mark and leaving a review there. We gotta get going on, everybody, but until next time, my friends, go watch She-Hulk.
Go watch Pretty Little Liars Original Sin, you bitch.